You know that you and only you can change your life. It is time to make your dreams a reality in your life. We are going to help you now. Here, you are going to learn how to have a decent conversation with people around you, in your life, in your working place, and get your new job, in your life. In this video, you will learn little by little these new things. Don't need to rush yourself. Now let's see. To boldly go, where you have never gone before. Write your comment for us. This will help us to make better videos to help you more. This a way to have your opinions on the line. You will keep listening to this video to have what is missing. So stay tuned. Don't be naive and click on the subscribe and like buttons and help us to achieve more people. Now, let's keep moving.
Verb classification. We divide verbs into two broad classifications. 1. Helping verbs. Imagine that a stranger walks into your room and says, I can, people must, the earth will. Do you understand anything? Has this person communicated anything to you? Probably not. That's because these verbs are helping verbs and have no meaning on their own. They are necessary for the grammatical structure of the sentence, but they do not tell us very much alone. We usually use helping verbs with main verbs. They help the main verb. The sentences in the above examples are therefore incomplete. They need at least a main verb to complete them. There are only about 15 helping verbs. More about helping verbs. 2 main verbs. Now imagine that the same stranger walks into your room and says, I teach, people eat, the earth rotates. Do you understand something? Has this person communicated something to you? Probably yes. Not a lot, but something. That's because these verbs are main verbs and have meaning on their own. They tell us something. Of course, there are thousands of main verbs. Helping verbs have no meaning on their own. They are necessary for the grammatical structure of a sentence, but they do not tell us very much alone. We usually use helping verbs with main verbs. They help the main verb, which has the real meaning. There are only about 15 helping verbs in English, and we divide them into 2 basic groups. Primary helping verbs, 3 verbs. These are the verbs be, do, and have. Note that we can use these 3 verbs as helping verbs or as main verbs. On this page we talk about them as helping verbs. We use them in the following cases. Be to make continuous tenses. He is watching TV. To make the passive, small fish are eaten by big fish. Have to make perfect tenses. I have finished my homework. Do to make negatives. I do not like you. To ask questions. Do you want some coffee? To show emphasis. I do want you to pass your exam. To stand for a main verb in some constructions. He speaks faster than she does. Modal helping verbs. 10 verbs. We use modal helping verbs to modify the meaning of the main verb in some way. A modal helping verb expresses necessity or possibility and changes the main verb in that sense. These are the modal verbs. Can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should, must, ought to. Here are examples using modal verbs. I can't speak Chinese. John may arrive late. Would you like a cup of coffee? You should see a doctor. I really must go now. Main verbs have meaning on their own. Unlike helping verbs, there are thousands of main verbs, and we can classify them in several ways. Transitive and intransitive verbs. A transitive verb takes a direct object. Somebody killed the president. An intransitive verb does not have a direct object. He died. Many verbs, like speak, can be transitive or intransitive. Look at these examples. Transitive. I saw an elephant. We are watching TV. He speaks English. Intransitive. He has arrived. John goes to school. She speaks fast. Linking verbs. A linking verb does not have much meaning in itself. It links the subject to what is said about the subject. Usually, a linking verb shows equality, equals, or a change to a different state or place. Linking verbs are always intransitive, but not all intransitive verbs are linking verbs. Mary is a teacher. Mary equals teacher. Tara is beautiful. Tara equals beautiful. That sounds interesting. That equals interesting. The sky became dark. The sky dark. The bread has gone bad. Bread bad. Dynamic and stative verbs. Some verbs describe action. They are called dynamic and can be used with continuous tenses. Other verbs describe state. Non-action, a situation. They are called stative and cannot normally be used with continuous tenses, though some of them can be used with continuous tenses with a change in meaning. Dynamic verbs. Examples. Hit, explode, fight, run. Go. Stative verbs. Examples. Be like, love, prefer, wish, impress, please, surprise, hear, see, sound, belong to, consist of, contain, include, need, appear, resemble, seem regular and irregular verbs. This is more a question of vocabulary than of grammar. The only real difference between regular and irregular verbs is that they have different endings for their past tense and past participle forms. For regular verbs, the past tense ending and past participle ending is always the same. For irregular verbs, the past tense ending and the past participle ending is variable, so it is necessary to learn them by heart. Regular verbs. Base past tense, past participle examples. Look, looked, looked, work, worked, worked. Irregular verbs. Base past tense, past participle examples. Buy, bought, bought, cut, 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 do, did, done. Catenative verbs. A catenative verb is a main verb that can be followed directly by another main verb. In the following sentences, want, help, like are catenative. Examples: I want to see a movie. She helped clean the house. I like eating chocolate.
You know that the only way to not be a lonely spectator of your history is to take your life into your hands, and only you can do this. Here you can see the things that matter for this purpose. Achieve your dreams and take the courage to get down in the rabbit hole to wake up in the other place that you've dreamed of. Tell us in the comments below which one you feel is better for you. Don't worry, we will do the changes to answer you. To sound more native-like, practice saying what you just heard. This will increase your skills when you will have to talk to other people. Remember, the vowels will vibrate the sound waves, and the consonants will put a stop or a pause in the sound waves and mark a cadence for you to follow this musicality that will be created in your sayings. This way, you can create the syllables to strengthen your message, either to inform or to impose your arguments in your talking. This way you can control your conversations and impress your audience. Go in the description to have the link to the Kanda Smart Mind website and go deeper into your study to reach your dreams. Thank you very much for watching this video and be in touch with us. Keep up there and write your story. I'll see you at the next one. Stay tuned. Bye for now.